Yagami's my name, sir. In a past life, I used to work with Genda and Saori-san. But today, I'm at Serio High School in a contract advisory role for one of their clubs.
Serio High School?
It's the same school Toshiro-kun went to 4 years ago. You'd know it. I happened to be out there working a separate case. But that was when Shirosake-sensei called, and so that's why I'm here.
Well. Okay. Why are you here then?
That'd be obvious at this point, I'd think. As you know, Mikoshiba turned up as you said. His body was found in a warehouse. The question is, why did you know that well enough to proclaim it in court?
You might say it was a miracle. I wished hard enough for it to come true, and suddenly it did.
Care to tell us why you'd wish for a miracle like that?
Do you really need me to explain why?
Mikoshiba. You blame him for Toshiro-kun's death, don't you?
I do.
Even though when you took the school to court, no evidence turned up. A third-party investigation found no bullying occurred, didn't it?
At school, Mikoshiba tortured my son. He would beat him up, and then he'd demand all his money. That damn kid was a star student with high grades. My son's own class wouldn't stand up to him. To avoid being beaten, Toshiro used to. He'd steal money from me or his mother to make sure he could pay Mikoshiba off.
Ahara-san, you seem to know a lot about what happened to your son. Do you have any proof?
Would I have lost if I did? That school can rot in hell for all I care. Speaking of, you know what I'm convicted for. It was being a pervert. I admit to everything. I groped a businesswoman's ass in plain sight on a full train. There's no way I'm fighting for an appeal. So as for my defense, I'm in no need of lawyers anymore.
Ahara-san, just a second.
Why would I give you that?
Yagami-san?
Hiro Mikoshiba died in a lot of pain. His final moments were truly horrific. The last thing he felt must have been fear. After slitting his throat, his body was left to rot.
Doesn't that sound great?
Take a look at this.
Oh, Mikoshiba. Looks like he's seen better days. Where'd you get the photo?
From a teacher at Serio High. But where she got it is the interesting part. A strange woman gave it to her and said to stay away from the Mikoshiba case. You remember Sawa-sensei, yes? She transferred to Serio 4 years ago, not long before your son passed away.
Yeah, not a face I'd soon forget. She told the whole court he was never bullied.
True. She did say that.
And it's not just her I detest. The administrators, the lawyers. Felt like choking the life right out of them. But if anyone needed to pay, it was Mikoshiba. He got what he deserved. It's nothing short of insane that they were just gonna let him get a teaching credential. It all comes back to a flawed and broken system of laws that has no business calling itself justice.
And it was you, wasn't it? You orchestrated every aspect of how Mikoshiba would die. But you didn't act alone. Who were the people behind it? How'd you convince them to kill a man?
That's a good one. You, my friend, are way off.
The way that interview went, Ahara's definitely guilty. But if we can't connect him to the murderers, we're left with no leads to follow.
Yeah. Kept that secret on lockdown, no matter what could possibly link Ihara to those men. Damn it. And I was so close, too. To think that I need to find them before the trail goes cold.
So you're heading back to Yokohama?
Not tonight. Kaito's waiting for me in the office. I'll be in town for now.
Okay. If anything changes, I'll contact one of you.
Kaito-san, I'm back. Kaito-san?
Hey, did you see that email from Tsukumo?
Huh?
It wasn't that long ago. It's something you gotta see, though.
What is it? Something happened?
It's the murder footage. Miko Shiba's murder ended up on the internet. It's going viral on all the social media sites.
You gotta forgive me. I'll do anything you want. I didn't know he'd do it. I swear. I didn't know he'd kill himself. Didn't know. I swear I'll try to make it up to him somehow. I'll spend the rest of my life making up for it. Stop it!
What the hell?
Stop it! Stop it!
Ihara has an alibi for this, doesn't he? They already found him guilty, and that's the whole reason he couldn't have killed Miko Shiba, right? But if that's the case, what the hell is this? One way or another, either this thing is staged, or his entire alibi was a massive cover-up. They can't both be true. But there's something I just can't shake. If you want my opinion on it, this looks real.
I need to have another chat with Ihara. Damn it. I'm not gonna let him get away with this.
A train groping and a murder seem to occur simultaneously. Yagami relentlessly pursues these cases, attempting to poke holes in each. After confronting Akihiro Ihara, the key figure in both crimes, he witnesses a harrowing video that provides more questions than answers. In it, a bound man pleads for his life, but his attacker, bound by vengeance, snuffs it out.
So the murder footage is already making the rounds online. I don't think it's showing up on TV, though.
Yeah, the net's a mess right now. It's all unsubstantiated rumors and unverified sources. Typical, really. An ex-cop going from by-the-book sex offender to vigilante avenger overnight is prime forum drama. Sentiment seems to be swinging in favor of Ehara, but there's plenty of folks on the fence about it too. The reactions have been all over the board.
Do we know if that video is authentic? I mean, CG has come a long way, right?
Oh, or perhaps a deep fake. That is plausible. AI has reached a point where it can generate Someone even made a video that made it look like the US president was saying a bunch of crazy stuff. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Deep fakes are only getting more...
Can't guys like you tell if a video is fake or not, though? Aren't there
Oh,
any...
there are several telltale signs of a video being doctored. So I ran every check I could think of on the murder footage. And wouldn't you know it? Nothing came up. Most likely, we're looking at the real deal.
Most likely?
Well, no one can claim with absolute certainty that it wasn't altered in some way. Which means it's not substantial enough to prove Ehara's guilt. At least not in a court of law.
Gotcha. Do you know when and where the footage was uploaded?
It was posted sometime last night, but the source is too hard to pin down. The uploaders spread it across multiple servers overseas in a well-concerted effort to hide their tracks.
Makes sense. But I'll bet it ultimately came from Mikoshiba's killers, no matter how real or fake it is.
How do you figure?
Think about it. No one could have staged that unless they knew the specifics of how Mikoshiba was killed. From how he was positioned to little things like the blood on the ground, every last...
That's a good point. All this browsing's really taken a toll on the old pinky. Looks like another visit to Ehara might clear things up.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Let me get this straight. Ehara went. If that's the case, why the hell would he upload a murder confession after the fact?
Only Ahara could answer that one for you. I want to ask him that question myself.
So, we're off to see Saori-san then? Let's hit it. What is it?
What a waste.
Let's hit it. Too fast.
Really, guys?
Let's roll, Tom.
I wish you hadn't. And stay down.
What is it?
Really, guys?
Let's roll.
And stay down.
Hell!
Hold the door, please!
Mafia, you're here?
It's been too damn long, Mafia-chan.
Yeah. By any chance, Yagami-kun, are you working on a case for Saori? It depicted a man committing a murder.
Are you here about the Ahara case too?
Of course. Prosecutor's office is in total chaos right now. Especially the higher-ups.
I'll bet. After all, they're the ones who pushed for Ahara's battery conviction. If that video is real, that would mean Ahara got them to hand him a slap on the wrist instead of a murder conviction.
Yes. And it's not like the prosecution can say, "Sorry, Your Honor, we'd like a do-over," after the fact. To make matters worse, everything leading up to the trial was broadcast all over the news. Changing our tune now would undermine public trust.
That's for sure.
So, for the time being, our department is trying to predict how the defense will approach the situation. Hence why they sent me here to check in on my good friend Saori. Totally no strings attached.
Well, that clears up a lot.
There you kids are. Figured you had to show up sometime.
Mafiu? You're caught up in this too?
Yeah, she ran into us downstairs.
I'm sure you can work out that I am here to spy on you. But wouldn't you...
Are you sure that's your only motive coming here?
Sorry?
Something like a professional excuse to see Yagami-san?
In your dreams? I had no idea Yagami-kun was involved until just now.
All right. I'll accept that. For now.
Needless to say, our office is going through this footage with a fine-tooth comb. That said, they've already determined their stance. They've deemed it an unreliable source, and basically, they want it to look like it was considered and already thrown out.
Huh? So, they're not gonna verify the video? Not even question Ahara?
Not after it was proven in court that, wouldn't you say a conviction has a certain finality to it? Besides, there's no way Ehara could have murdered Mikoshiba within that limited time span.
Right.
Which means the murder video doesn't really add up, does it?
What are you getting at?
I'm saying the prosecute special effects, CGI.
Huh.
Furthermore, the prosecutor pushing that stance was the one who handled Ehara's trial.
And that is...
His name is Sadao Takano. He was the one gunning the hardest for Ahara the first time around, especially considering his officer status. He kept insisting justice be served, which got the public behind him rather quickly.
He certainly looked the part of the people's prosecutor, grilling Ehara in court.
So what you're saying is, Takano could never accept anything but Ahara's original sentence, since this footage of the murder contradicts that finding.
Yes, and he'd add that a fair trial's result can't be challenged by some
Well, who could honestly trust a system that changes its mind so easily? Both the prosecutor's office and the court are beholden to the case as Takano could.
But that's just sweeping the issue under the rug.
It has a domino effect, too. The police are beholden. This applies to both Tokyo and Kanagawa.
Really? Why's that?
Supposedly, they don't want to get involved with Ehara. They come in with a list of questions about the murder. It'll show that doubt's being cast on the original rule.
Yeah, but no one can prove that the video's real.
Right. There's no way to verify the legitimacy of an untraceable video. But if the police aren't allowed to see Ehara, he'll never even become a suspect in the murder. That means he's untouchable.
Exactly. None of the detectives are happy about that. Especially down in Kanagawa. Their job is to bring in a suspect, but their leads are all ending up at the same dead end.
Until recently, people were lining up to bring Ahara to justice. Yet somehow his involvement in a murder totally derailed that.
Don't be so surprised. No cop would ever... Anyone who wants to go against the grain's gonna need hard evidence on their side.
So the case goes cold. All to save face for the court and the prosecution. If Ahara really did commit murder, it'll have been the perfect crime. This debacle only serves as proof.
True. It would turn the trial into a farce. There's no way we're letting this go.
But wouldn't challenging this mean going up against the entire system?
Yeah. That scare ya?
Not at all. In fact, I was just thinking, we're the only ones who could take a case like this.
Ha! That's the good shit, kid.
This whole time, we've been writing off Ehara as a convicted sexual predator, but it's looking more and more likely the court played right into his hand. As for me, I'm done being played for a fool.
Then you've heard what I came to say. And with that, I will be on my way. But if you need help, just ask.
I think we're good for now, but thanks.
That did clear up a lot.
No problem. See ya.
Man, was Mafiu-chan cuter than ever, or what? Think maybe it's time to light that flame again, huh?
How many times do I have to tell you, it's not like that?
Let's hit it.
Anyway, what I'd like to do is ask Ehara about that video face to face. Any chance we could see him again?
I was actually about to suggest that. One moment. It's from Ehara's prison.
What?
Hello? Yes, this is Shirosaki. Yes, I can talk.
His prison? Why would they call us directly?
Guess we'll find out.
Understood. I appreciate the candor. That was one of the prison wardens. He was asked to convey a message from Ehara.
About what?
In short, he won't be speaking with his representation any further.
You're joking.
To be more specific, he said he's not taking any more questions. It seems he fully grasps the situation, even in custody.
How is that even possible?
I'm guessing the murder footage that was uploaded yesterday was also planned out in advance. That or Ahara's conspirators have to be filling him in. How else could he predict we'd try to see him again so soon?
I can see either of those scenarios making sense.
But only someone on the force could be leaking insider information to him like that.
Damn. This shit's turning into a full-blown conspiracy, eh, Doc?
Whatever it is, it's screwing up our plans.
Yeah, the timing couldn't have been worse. Now what are we supposed to do?
Come on. There are plenty of leads that don't involve grilling the culprit.
Yeah? I'd like to hear them.
Well, if it were me, I'd start with Saori-kun.
Okay.
The first thing I want to learn is whether Ehara is really the murderer in this footage. Given the entire sexual battery incident as an alibi, however, this new footage knocks the bottom out of that premise.
Right. Either his alibi or the murder footage. One of the two's been fabricated. But hold on. What if they're both real?
Both his alibi and the video? In that case, let's start with the murder. After committing the murder in Ijincho, Ehara would have had 13 minutes to make it to Ikebukuro Station.
Ijincho and Ikebukuro are roughly 30 kilometers apart. It's possible if he traveled 140 kilometers an hour.
Is it, though? Ehara would have had to change out of his bloody clothes. So he probably ought to shave those 13 minutes down. On top of that, he was traveling during rush hour. It just doesn't seem feasible.
Okay, then let's rule that out. I'd say we're making some progress here, guys.
Boy, you're really reaching for that silver lining, aren't you?
I think we should revisit the harassment case. When the sentence came down in court, no one expected it to end up as a murder alibi. Plus, everyone suspected Ehara was working alone. He may have not been. All this makes a huge difference. No one would suspect a train groping to involve accomplices or alibis. The search for evidence wouldn't be as intense as for a murder.
But the entire incident was caught on camera, top to bottom. There's more than enough physical evidence, too.
Then we'll need to verify each and every aspect of the case.
Okay, what first? Should we investigate the crime scene again? Maybe we'll discover something new if we check out the station during the crime—
No, I think we saw everything we could there. Actually, if we're reviewing evidence, we could do that from right here, couldn't we?
What catches your eye specifically? I ask because fabricated evidence would likely show signs of tampering. This would prove Ehara's alibi doesn't hold up.
This part's still getting to me.
The security cameras inside the train caught the act on tape.
So Ehara was caught red-handed?
Quite. Once he was detained, police detected fibers of the victim's underwear on his hand. That makes for the most conclusive evidence in a battery case.
And there's no way he just bumped into her or something, right?
The victim wore a knee-length skirt, so the assailant had to expend considerable effort to reach her undergarments. That's not bumping into someone, Yagami-san. The victim reported feeling physical contact right as the train began moving. She said she spent her 6-minute ride to Shinjuku in shock and revulsion.
Could you describe the victim for me?
She's an office worker married to an industrial designer. Also has a 6-year-old son. Full name, Yui Mamiya. 30 years old.
A wife and mother.
Perhaps if we talk to Mamiya-san directly, she could give us more insight than that video. She may even recall something none of us know, upon learning Ehara's alibi might have been fabricated.
That's a good plan. We'll finally have a fresh source of info.
In that case, give me a moment so I can get a meeting set up. We should have her address and other information somewhere on file. Bear in mind, Mamiya-san was the victim here. As the assailant's defense, I doubt we'll get a warm welcome.
That's pretty standard for us, I'd say. Nobody rolls out the red carpet for a detective, right?
Yeah. Say, Kaito-san, it looks like we've got some free time, so let's say we grab some food.
Now that you mention it, I am getting hungry.
Huh.
You think they want something? Bet it's not a friendly hello.
They do look like they mean business.
This Arcade's idea of an ambush? How basic.
Kaito-san, there's more.
Over there, too.
Same losers from yesterday. Guess they want to settle the score.
Looks like they rounded up some buddies and waited for us to show.
Well, whatever the hell they want, let's not get Genda-sensei and them involved. Follow me.
Okay. Alright, I'm getting fed up with this shit.
Why haven't they made a move yet? It's like they're waiting for something.
Whatever it is, they're taking their sweet-ass time. Hey! Quit dicking around and come get some!
What the hell? They're just gonna keep stalking us?
Nope. Thanks for waiting, assholes!
Shit! Let me guess. You're RK too?
Bastard went straight for our heads. Are you nuts, guy?
Shut your mouth! Let's go.
That's one down.
We're not out of the woods just yet.
Damn. You really went all out on the...
Doc, we should probably get gone.
Why? It's not our fault we're getting jumped.
Guess their plan was to come at us in waves. I've about had it with this crap.
Yeah. At this rate, we won't be meeting supper.
Point. So why not hit Arcade at home?
Yeah?
Why not? Soma and Akutsu are at the top, and they probably remember me. I'll just ask them real nice to keep their goons off our back. Unless you want to keep dealing with these fucking
I'm fine with making a house call. Any idea where it is?
Yeah, a club in the back of Theater Square. Used to be Arcade exclusive. Nowadays, I hear they let in thugs from all over. I admit, I'm kind of curious. Let's roll, Tom.
Really, guys?
Let's hit it.
For real? What a waste.
What is it?
Really, guys?
Let's roll, Tom.
いらっしゃいませ。
Starving. I'm starting to feel it. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
ありがとうございました。
What a waste.
Let's hit it.
And stay down.
What is it?
I wish you hadn't. What a waste.
Let's hit it. Hold up. Would you?
And stay down.